Welcome to the Word of Truth. This is Teacher D.H. Boone. Today's message is called Never Quit or Give Up. We all are going through things in this time of our life. We may not be going through the same thing that our sibling or our relative or our neighbor or our co-worker is going through, but everyone is going through something, whether it's in your health, whether it's in your marriage, whether it's in your children, whether it's in your job, in your neighborhood, we all are going through something. But I want to encourage you to not to quit or give up. When you give up, then you are letting the enemy win. You have to realize that the enemy is here to kill, steal, and destroy. He wants to make things look like they are not going to happen for you. But you always have to have hope, knowing that the thing that was promised to you will transpire. God is a good God. God is a God that cannot lie. If God say he will do something for you, he will do it. But God said those that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They should run and not go weary. They should walk and not faint. And I just want you to just hold your head up and just to stay strong wherever you're going through. You may be in an abusive relationship. Someone may be abusing drugs and alcohol. But whatever you're going through, help is near. Your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is inside you, and he wants you to persevere, whatever the case may be, whatever you're going through. Can't no one judge their situation on someone else's situation, just because someone ain't going through what somebody else is going through, they're not sensitive. Some people are not sensitive and compassion with what they're going through. Everybody handle things differently, and some people have thicker skin for certain things than other people. So we shouldn't judge our circumstances and how we going through based on how somebody else is going through things. We have to realize that this world have gone cold, so it's a lot of people out here just concerned about themselves, because God's saying these days it's going to be a lot of people is going to be concerned about themselves. People are going to be are not going to be compassionate for other people. People are not going to have that love and that care that God created us to have. God wants us to love one another and be there for each other. God don't want us to judge each other, because God said he's the judge, and God said we judged, and we will be judged. So now is the time for you to persevere whatever you're going through. We have to realize that Jesus did a lot for us, and he didn't give up. What if Jesus had got up? Then we wouldn't be here today. Jesus he didn't give up, but he persevered. Even when they talked about him, they spat on him. And just think about, they took him all the way to the cross. They put a crown of thorns on his head. They nailed him to the cross. Just think about nails going in your hands and your feet, and being pierced in your side, and being whipped on your back, being spat on, talked about, mocked. Just think about that. So the things that you're going through does not compare to what Jesus did for you. And reason why I say you is because we have to personalize this. Because if you're the only person in this world that Jesus would have laid his life down for you. And we all have to take it personal, because our relationship with him have to be personal. So we have to take it personally, like, what, Jesus died for me. You have to realize what he did, and he went through a lot, and he didn't give up. So that, in order for us to exemplify the character of Jesus, we have to make sure we don't give up or quit either. Just think about it. He pressed, he kept on going. He asked God, can you take this cup from me? But God said, no, you must go through everything that you have to go through. So he said, okay. But while he was on that cross, he said, Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And so you may have people, have enemies, people want to persecute you, talk about you, judge you so harshly. But all you have to do is pray for them and say, Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do. But you have to remember, if God before you, can't nobody be against you. So your enemies may come towards you one way, but God can make them depart from you 7 ways, meaning that their focus is going to be on you. But while they're coming to you, but God going to have so many things happening in their life that they're going to forget about you. They're going to depart, make a U-turn. They're going to depart 7 ways, because they're going to have so much of their own stuff going on that they're going to forget about messing with you. So that's why you have to trust in the Lord. God could make your crooked path straight. God can pay your house off. God could pay your car note. God could pay your bills. God could heal your body. He could mend that relationship. He could bring your children back home. He could get your marriage back together. But the thing about it is, you must persevere to the end. Don't dare give up, and because the time that you want to give up and you want to quit, you have to say, hey, you know what? I got a blessing on the way. Because usually when it gets so hard and you feel like you want to give up, that's when you have a blessing right around the corner. The enemy tried to encourage you to give up hope, to make you feel that the thing that's promised is not going to happen, and that your circumstances can't turn around for your good. But we have to realize that everything works together for the good for those who love God and called out according to his purpose. If you love God and you called out according to his purpose and you're doing his purpose, you worry about his purpose and not your own, things is going to work out for you. So don't look in the natural, because the just live by faith and not by sight. That's what happened with the fall from the beginning with Adam and Eve. The enemy made the tree of knowledge of good and evil look appealing to them. The things that God forbid them, he made it look appealing. So the things that you are forbidden from, if God tell you to stay away from them, you stay away. No matter how the enemy make it look appealing, you have to stand on God's word. And believe me that God will give you a reward at the end, at the end of your test. We all are being tested, because God want to see what's in our heart. God say, what's in a man's heart, so is he. God knows the very core of us. He knows us better than we know ourselves. He knows us better than our parents. Even though our mothers carry us in their womb, God still knows us better than our parents. So now it's the time for you to realize that, I need to stand strong. I need to persevere. I am not a quitter. You have to tell yourself, quitting is not an option. You need to persevere, because Jesus persevered for you. So you must persevere and show God that, hey, in order for me to reign with Christ, I have to suffer with him as well. So the things that's going on in your life, don't think that, oh Lord, what is this? Think that it's strange about the fiery ordeal that is taking place, as though something strange is happening to you. But you have to realize this is a test, and you have to realize that you're not dealing with flesh and blood. You're dealing with spirits and hard, dark places. So therefore, don't give up. If you have trouble on your job, you just pray for whoever you're having trouble with. You pray to God, but don't give up unless God tell you to walk away from it. Don't walk away from a relationship unless God tell you to. But of course, if something toxic and something keeping you away from the Lord, of course, it's time for you to walk away. But don't give up on yourself. A lot of times, some relationships can make, a person can make you feel that you're less than, that you're not going to be anything. If you're in a relationship or you friends with someone that's negative, that's always taking negative, always talking down on you, then it's time for you to walk away from that relationship. You need to be around people who's going to uplift you, people who's going to encourage you. Yes, we're supposed to encourage ourselves. We're not supposed to wait for people to encourage us, but it's a time, when you be around people and you need someone to talk to, because God didn't make us to be alone. God made us to have company and to have friends, and, so we should be able to go to people and they should be able to encourage us instead of talk down. Now, if you have someone in your life that's always negative, always talking down on you, then it's time for you to remove yourself from that toxic relationship. But never let nobody talk you out of giving up and quitting. Don't never let nobody tell you that you're not going to be anything. You got to press, and whatever God told you that you are, you got to believe what God says, because the enemy, he like for you to feel guilty because you made a mistake. He like to, just because you haven't received the promise or the gift or the talent yet or the ability, he wants you to feel that you're not going to get it. But you have to say that I still have hope. I know things is going to work out for my good. God is not going to lie to me. So you have to make sure that you persevere and don't be so quick to give up. Make sure you keep your head up and speak positive over your life, over your circumstances, and realize that God can do exceeding and above whatever you could imagine. God said, if you believe it, you shall receive it. So now it's the time for you to have faith and believe that God could do any and everything but fail. But you got to keep pressing. If God promised you something, he's going to give it to you. So don't never give up and don't never quit, because God is going to make good of what he said. All you have to do is wait upon him and trust him and have faith. And I guarantee you that God will do for you what you can't do for yourself. So hold your head up, stay strong, and never give up. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your life. Don't give up on your marriage. Don't give up on things that God tell you to stay in. Don't let the enemy come and make you throw your life away, because I'm telling you, the day that you give up, your blessing be right around the corner. And make sure that you listen to God, obey his commandments, do what he tell you to do, obey the spiritual laws and the physical laws, and I guarantee you that God will put you on that straight and narrow path, and at the end of that rainbow, you will get your reward. And I mean, at the end of that path, you will see a rainbow and you will get your reward. Okay? Thanks for listening to this message. Until next time, may the peace of God be with you. And remember, never give up or quit. Peace.